Hey my beautiful Scorpio peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your end of April into early May 2024 tarot reading. How are you? I hope you guys are doing well. I do want to go ahead and mention, if you're interested in a personal read, check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's down below if you want to book me. By the way, I did forget, second camera right now, battery's dead, so we got to go face to face, but let's get to it, Scorpio, and see what we got going on. So, what information and insight is popping on through here, please, for our zodiac signs of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus over the next 3 weeks. So this will be the last week of April, first 2 weeks of May. Don't worry, guys, you will have an official May reading too. Either way, though, everybody, what's going on here for our Scorpios throughout the end of April into early May? What insight and information is coming on through? Starting out here with the overall energy of the read, we have here a Two of Wands. I like it. You could be dealing with a fire sign like an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo. Now, Two of Wands can be a card of like feeling conflicted, but it also is a card that says, I think I'm going to pick what really suits me best. As you can see here with this woman, she has in this hand a globe, which is representing the world. She also has a rose showing up over here, which represents new beginnings and growth and vitality. So she's holding on to the staff here and leaving behind the other staff. Okay, so I do feel like for many of you Scorpios, you're leaving something behind. You're going to where the growth is. You're going to where the new beginning is with that globe, and you're saying to yourself, it's time to leave something behind in my life that just really is not serving me, and it's time to move towards where I deserve to flourish and grow and all of that good stuff. So far, I think we're off to a pretty good start. Let's go ahead and see what your main focus is going to be here throughout the remainder of April into early May. So what's the main focus coming up here for Scorpios at this time? And what do we have? We have here the Hermit. Okay. Hermit card is interesting because a lot of people could look at the Hermit like, ooh, I'm keeping to myself. I'm burying away. I'm going away. But it's actually a card that represents a lot of wisdom, right? The Hermit represents Merlin, who's the wisest of them all. So this is about really connecting with some really good wisdom. Some of you guys could have maybe an inspirational, motivational speaker that you're listening to that's really helping motivate you throughout this time period. You might have a parent who's dropping wisdom, a friend who's dropping wisdom, maybe just your inner wisdom is what you're connecting to. But I feel like for many of you, you're starting to see that it's just not worth investing in situations that I feel have just not been very helpful to you for a while. And it's like, it's time for me to move towards the good stuff. I have it within me to have a good life. I have it within me to be happy. I have it within me to be on a great path. And I'm going to start doing what I can. And it's funny as fuck because it's like, not funny necessarily, but like it's interesting because like every water sign I've read for today, same fucking message. Like, I'm so ready to be happy, dude. I'm so ready to leave behind the bullshit because I've fucking tolerated it for way too long, and I'm gonna go tap into my inner wisdom here and set myself up for success, and where I realize that I deserve the best and I'm ready to give myself the best, and there is nothing else to it, you know? So Scorpios out here are ready to give themselves the best, okay? Let's go ahead and see how you're gonna navigate through this focus. So how Scorpios are navigating through this focus, how is that all coming along? We have here a Queen of Swords, we have here a Knight of Wands coming out as well, and there was a third card, which is going to be the Nine of Pentacles. Sweet. So let's go ahead here, Scorpio, and talk about it. Now, Queen of Swords is a card here of cutting out and removing, of course, what doesn't serve you, but it's also a card that's about like really embracing the truth. I feel like you're going to get really real with yourself, Scorpio, about what you're invested in, you know? So I feel like with the Knight of Wands showing up over here too, the Knight of Wands is an interesting card to me because it can represent like something that's temporary. Typically, the Knight of Wands is never permanent. It could be somebody who comes in your life temporarily or a temporary situation. And the Nine of Pentacles is a card here that represents confidence, and it also represents individuality and independence. I feel like you guys are going to start freeing yourselves from temporary situations. You're looking for more consistency in your life. You're looking for more stability. So I feel like this next 3 week period is about you guys getting ahead. It's like, I'm not going to worry about temporary situations anymore, and I'm not going to invest in them either. You know, if I'm dealing with somebody who's very glass half empty, half full, fuck that. I want somebody who's ready for what I want, right? So let's say you're dealing with somebody romantically. Maybe they can't tell their ass from their elbow. They don't know if they want to be with you. They don't know if they want to be single. It's like, I'm not going to waste my time on this. This is not a fulfilling situation. I'm looking for somebody to be with and get married to and maybe have some babies with, and whatever the case may be. And if you don't have your shit together, I'll find somebody who does, right? Or it's the same thing with work. If you don't know if you're ever going to promote me or want to move me up or want to get me to where I want to be in my career, I'm going to find an employer who does, right? So I feel like I'm hearing there's just no time to waste anymore. Maybe you feel to a certain degree, Scorpio, like you've wasted a lot of time being invested in situations that were half empty and half full, and you're looking for the full cup. So you're not going to stick around for temporary energy anymore. You are done with that. You are looking for something that has longevity. All right, a very Knight of Pentacles energy, if you will. I am looking for people who are going to be invested in me for the long term, whether it's romantically or friendship. I'm looking for careers that are going to invest in me in the long term. I'm looking for whatever's going to invest back into me for the long term that's going to be beneficial, helpful, and positive for me. I'm looking for long-term positive investments. So that really is going to be your main focus here at this time, and how you're executing it is removing yourself from what already is inconsistent in your life. So you're going to be taking some time here over the next 3 weeks, I feel, really revamping who you surround yourself with, what you're doing with your time, what you're investing in, and where you want to go directionally. You're really planning a different future for yourself that is going to be a future of stability for the next coming of years. So you're really looking to make a mark on your life in a positive way and make sure that you're setting yourselves up here for success. Now, rolling here forward, Scorpio, let's see what good things are going to be happening for you over this next 3-week period. So what are some of the good things happening here for Scorpios, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus over the next 3 weeks. End of April into early May. First 2 cards coming out, it's going to be a Queen of Cups paired here to a Knight of Cups, so I love it. You're definitely carrying forward a very positive energy. I feel like many Scorpios are going to be in very good spirits. So first things first, a great thing to see here for you is that you're in better spirits, right? I think for a lot of you, with that 2 of Wands showing up being the overall energy, it's like, I'm ready to set aside the bullshit. I'm ready to set aside the suffering. I'm ready to set aside the things in my life that made me unhappy. I'm ready for a change, you know, a good change in my life. So in order to do that, I need to be in a good space mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So you are going to definitely see on an emotional level, you're feeling a heck of a lot better because you're choosing to have a heck of a lot better things in your life. Rolling forward from here, what other good stuff can Scorpio expect, please? We have here a 3 of Wands. We also have here a 10 of Wands. I like it. Yeah, say goodbye to the burdens. Say goodbye to the struggle, okay? The struggle is no longer real for you, Scorpio. You are distancing yourself from everything that's created a struggling energy in your life. I think you're noticing it's like, if I'm struggling doing something, why am I going to keep on doing it and continue to struggle? Like, if you're struggling with a romantic partner to be happy with this person, why am I still with this person? If I'm struggling to, you know, do a good job at a job that I just don't feel like I really blend in with and connect with, why the hell am I still here? Like, I'm ready to find what I resonate with. I'm ready to find what feels natural and what I flow with, not with what has a consistent amount of resistance, you know? Maybe I've been struggling with this person to have a commitment with them, a relationship commitment, and it always seems like they can't tell if they want to be with me or not. Fuck that. If they wanted to be with you, they would, and they would have committed to you from the start, okay? Or caught on inevitably. But if they're doing the same shit, you're not going to get the same results, right? So if you're investing in the same person who can't tell what they want, you're not going to get what you want. If you are going to work every day for an employer who's showing you they don't give a shit, you're not going to be employed by somebody who does give a shit and wants to see you grow and succeed. So I'm over here, this is what you're saying, Scorpio, making sure that I'm removing myself from the things that make me struggle. Fuck continuing to invest in it. I'm ready to invest myself into the things that are going to make me successful, right? So I got to find those types of things in my life and make sure I put my best foot forward to get my foot in the door. So you are really out here looking for success, and I do believe that you are going to find it, okay? Let's take a look here at one more batch of cards. What other good things are happening here for Scorpios during the remainder of April into early May? We have here a Justice card coming out, and we have here a 4 of Pentacles. Absolutely. The Justice card showing up as a card of balance. I feel like for many of you, you needed more balance in your life, and the only way you were going to do that is by taking some time out to pay attention to what you need. 4 of Pentacles is about holding on to the things that need your attention the most. So essentially, Scorpios, 4 of Pentacles says, I need to protect myself. I need to think of myself, I need to prioritize myself, and if I want more balance in my life, it's time for me to make sure that I'm looking at what I need versus the needs of others, or what I want versus the wants of others, and I need to make sure that that stuff gets done. Like I said, almost every water sign has had a similar taste of this energy, if you will, so water signs this month are just not taking shit, you know? We're not taking shit, we're taking names, right? I feel like water signs in general in coming into May are just ready for a good life, and no one's going to tell us otherwise, and we're going to make sure that we get that for ourselves. So I love it, Scorpio. I'm ready here for balance. I'm making sure that right now my cup is going to be full rather than half empty and half full. I've invested in the people that are half empty, and guess what? I've gotten half empty cups back. Period. If I'm investing in John over here who just doesn't know what he wants, then I'm not going to get somebody who knows what they want. You know, if I'm investing in a work company that doesn't give me guaranteed work hours and treats their workers like shit, I'm going to be treated like shit. Get a better job. Fuck it. Don't sit there and say that's the only job you can get. You can get a better job. You can do it. Apply, apply, apply. Period. Work for yourself. Start a business. It's not that easy, but it's doable, right? When there's a will, there's a way. I want you to remember that. Say that with me. Comment it in the comment section below. I might not have my comments on actually, so if they're turned off, never mind. They might be turned off for certain reasons, but no worries there. Either way, though, when there's a will, there's a way. Say it, write it down. Really use that statement this month, okay? Throughout the next 3 weeks. When there's a will, there's a way. I feel like that's super important for you to hear, so please do remember that. Moving on forward, though, Scorps, let's see if there's any challenges showing up here during the remainder of this 3-week period. Are there any challenges showing up here for Scorpio? And that challenge here is the King of Swords. King of Swords is about staying consistent. Okay? It's the energy of discipline. You are going to have to remove yourself entirely from the concept of motivation, and you have to tap into the concept of discipline. Motivation is doing something when you feel like doing it because you feel empowered and motivated, but discipline is, I don't care if I don't feel like doing this, I'm going to get it done. So it doesn't matter if you want to do it or not, this is happening, this is getting done, this is what's going on. So I feel like discipline can be a little bit of a challenge, guys, but as long as you no longer rely on motivation and you tap more into the energy of discipline, you're golden here during the remainder of this 3 weeks, okay? So let's go ahead and touch base before we move into the other parts of the read. I just want to go ahead and kind of reiterate what we're seeing here throughout the end of April, early May. You guys are deciding to say for yourselves, I'm ready for growth and something better in my life. I can't keep on doing the same things I've been doing because guess what? If I do the same things, I'm going to get the same results. So something's got to change. So a lot of you are ready here for a positive change in your lives. I feel like you're taking in a lot of wisdom. It could be from other people. It could be from within yourself. But what this wisdom says is that I need to stop relying on things that lack security, and I need to start making deep-rooted and longevity investments in the things that are going to provide longevity for me. So I need to make sure that I'm making long-term investments into things that are going to be a positive experience for me. So you're really changing the game in terms of what you're investing into. You're saying to yourselves, if I keep on making the same investment into what hasn't made me happy, I'm always going to live a life that's half empty and half full. If I want my cup to be full, I need to do the things that are going to fill that cup. So I need to prioritize what I need and want, and I need to make sure that what I invest in gives me back that kind of energy, right? So if I'm pouring water into my cup, I need to make sure if I'm pouring water out, other people are refilling that cup too. Okay, so we're on the page here. We're on the same page for sure. Let's see if there's anything you might want to avoid. All right, is there anything that Scorpios here might want to avoid throughout the remainder here of April into early May? We have a World card showing up here and a Strength card showing up here too. Try to avoid basically stopping changes from happening. Don't get too comfortable. I said this, I believe, to Cancers too. Don't get too comfortable over the next 3 weeks, guys. If changes are happening, let them happen and don't even hesitate about it in the slightest. You might notice that people that are surrounding you are changing. You might notice your environment's changing. Let changes happen because changes are incredibly necessary for our growth moving forward. The moment we try to stop things from changing is the moment where we are basically denying ourselves growth. Now, I'm not sure necessarily what may change over the next 3 weeks. Whatever it may be, though, try to accept changes as they come and as they go and try to accept them with ease. Try to have a perspective that everything is always working out for you in your favor. Even at the time, if it doesn't seem very favorable, it will always be favorable for you in the end. So if you hold on to that kind of perspective, I think you'll see how things end up working out for you quite well. Okay? What else here may Scorpio want to avoid throughout the remainder of April and early May? We have here a 7 of Cups, and we have here a 6 of Cups showing up here too. Try not to get too wrapped up in your past, guys. Mercury is direct, but Mercury after shadow is still going to be in effect for 2 more weeks following up. So we always have the pre-shadow Mercury retrograde, we have Mercury retrograde, we have Mercury direct, then we have the after shadow. So there will be the after shadow energy lurking. I feel like past people and past situations may cause confusion to you emotionally. Maybe you have people who are coming up from the past who want to get involved with you romantically. Maybe you have old friends who maybe want to kind of try to work out that friendship again. I'm not saying you can't reconnect with people from your past, but you may want to wait before you fully invest in them. Remember, guys, it's a time right now where your cup needs to be full. So you really got to look at what they're offering you, right? If you're dealing with somebody of the past who's offering you that same energy, here's a half empty and half full cup. You don't want to fall back into accepting that energy because then you're not filling up your cup. So make sure that if you're going to invest in anything or any one of your past, make sure there is real fulfillment there. Make sure there is a full glass of water there, not a half empty or an empty fucking glass, okay? You don't want to slip back into where you were versus where you're trying to go, right? So I think that's a very important thing to bring up. So just watch out for the past. I'm not saying you can't reinvest in people, but make sure that if they are offering you, connection and basically offering you up their cup, make sure it's genuine, make sure they're giving you what you're looking for, and make sure it's what you want, okay? Because you don't want to put yourself back in the same position you're trying to walk away from, essentially, throughout the remainder of these 3 weeks. Is there anything else Scorpios may want to avoid? Anything. It could be literally anything at all that they may need to hear. We have here a 10 of Cups, and we have here a 2 of Pentacles. Interesting. Scorpios, for those of you that have kids, you might be separated from your partner. If you have kids and you have like a separate partner who doesn't really know whether or not they want to be involved in your child's life, or who doesn't necessarily know if they want to rebuild this family and all things of that nature, I feel like right now is the time to tell them that you need time to go figure it out. This could be a good time to let them just figure out what they want going forward rather than trying to how do I say this? Because this is definitely a sensitive topic, and I'm not going to try to give like advice in a way because I don't really know the best advice for this situation. But I feel like what Spirit at least is trying to say is, like, if you're dealing with a partner, maybe you're not together anymore, maybe kids are involved and they don't know what they want going forward, let them know you're going to be here doing what you need to do and that they need to figure it out. So give them like a good 2 weeks, if anything, to figure out what they need to figure out. But at the end of the day, just know that you can't wait on them forever. It's kind of like you either are going to commit to being a part of the family and doing what we got to do, or you can go off and do your thing, but I'm not going to play back and forth. Okay. There also could be family matters going on, Scorpios, in general, where things are just going back and forth. 2 of Pentacles represents up and down energy. It represents inconsistency, which once again is what many of you are trying to escape. So there could be inconsistency showing up within your family sector. There could be inconsistency showing up with, a partner, whatever the case may be. Give people time to figure things out, but if they don't figure it out, it kind of is what it is. You know what your plan is going forward. So do you, Scorpio. Don't leave a door open forever for somebody, right? It's like holding a door open for a person who's taking 10 years to just walk to the damn door. If they're not going to get there anytime soon, close the door. It's up to them if they want to reopen it. Don't sit there spending all your time holding doors open for people is what I want to say. For some reason, I see that being connected to children. I'm not telling anybody here, don't let a counterpart be a part of your kid's life. That is totally up to you, and that's totally up to how you want to handle that. But I think that ultimately, don't keep that door open for that person forever. Recognize it'll be their responsibility if they want to walk through that door again. It is not your responsibility to hold the door open for everybody in your life. They either need to get it together and open up that door themselves, or it is what it is. It'll stay shut. That's pretty much the main focal point I'm trying to say here. So interesting message nonetheless. If that's your story, take it. If not, no worries. But yeah, don't sit there spending time holding the door open for everybody. They need to make the effort too. That's the important part. So I feel like if there's anything to avoid, don't be that person to open all doors for everybody and hold it there. People got to put in the effort too, Scorpio. So don't spend all your time doing that. All right. All right, guys, let's see what your outcome is, and we'll close off this read. This is a very quick and to the point read, guys. So we'll have your full May reading coming up soon, but what's going to be the overall outcome here for Scorpio, please? End of April into early May. What is the overall outcome? And we have here the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands here is the card that can talk about blocking, but it also could be the card about fighting for what's right. I think that the Seven of Wands is you saying I'm restricting myself at this time from what is unhealthy and not good for me, and I am focusing and fighting for what's going to be right for me. I deserve the best right now. I'm acknowledging this at this time, and I'm making sure that I'm not going to settle for less. So with that being said, I'm going to be resilient. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to remove what doesn't serve me, and nobody here is going to stop that. I am at a point in time in my life right now where I need a full cup, and I'm going to make sure that I damn well get it. And damn fucking straight, Team Scorpio. Okay? I love you, baby. Thank you for watching. If this all resonates, great, everybody. If not, no worries. But have a wonderful and amazing rest of your time, guys, and I will catch you all in your official May reading soon. Love you, Scorpios. Take care, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.